Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of a Hermitcraft. I hear you. I don't know if you heard me. Yes, last episode, the video quality was atrocious. It's a big mixture of a lot of things. It's a mixture of, I know everybody was kind of blaming it on the glass, but it's not the glass. It's not just the glass. It's a lot of things. It's all the foliage out where I'm at and all of that stuff. I have since doubled my bit rate that I record at. So once we get into our jungle, we'll see if we see an improvement. I hope we do. If not, Bdubs is going to be working on things, so don't worry. But the downside is that this video... I'm going to have to readjust my schedule. I'm doing things at twice the bit rate that I was doing before. It was usually 20. No, you silly little boy. I used to do it at 20,000 bit rate. Now I'm doing it at 40. This is just so you guys know, get a general idea. 40,000, which means longer render times. Means longer upload times. So that means readjust the schedule to fit that. And hopefully we'll get it all worked out in time. So just in case this video comes up way later than you were expecting, this is your heads up. Okay. This is good. We had a little problem. There's a little problem, and I'm working this out now. We have, why you make a smaller tree for daddy? Do not do that. We had a little bit of a problem. Oh, because I didn't put the cobblestone by it. Stupid idiot. Hey, get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. So, what was I talking about? Oh, here's our problem. Mumbo. You all let me know. A lot of people let me know, and I very much appreciate it. Mumbo stopped by the jungle the other day, and he gave the old tree a look-see, and he looked at it in his camera account, and he had some very kind words. Mumbo, thank you. That was really nice of you to say. But he did fly around it, and as he was flying around it, you saw the part that was unfinished on the backside, and to me, it just felt like, man, that's lazy. That's lazy building. Like, get it together, So I got to work out that backside, but we got a big problem now because of that. We made this big area, and here we are now with all the glass and all the other stuff. Let's see. This is just going to be a quick test. If it looks poor to you, hang in there, because throughout the episode, things may change. I might make some adjustments here and there to help improve things a little bit. But, so we've made this whole area, but this has created a block. It's blocked the top of where we would build trees underneath. And I'm not sure if, it's under here. Probably. Yeah. So under here, we need to build some trees out. And, with this all being blocked off, I needed to figure out the height. So 16 is about the height that I want to be. I want to be 16 blocks below this to be able to still build some big trees. But hey, Mumbo gave you a little fly around here. Let's get a little fly around ourselves just to do a little example. But I'm going to check this recording real quick and just give it a peek and see how it looks. All right, I've upped the recording quality just a little bit more because that was kind of pixely a little bit. So I've upped it just a bit more, and we're going to work our way. We're at 50,000 bit rate kilobits now. So over here, basically, this right here is an example of how I want it to look. I want it to kind of wrap up around the edge on most sides. Not where it comes down right here. That's kind of cool. That's all right. But over here, I need to get some trees to kind of cover up that side. But then you come over on the back side over here, and that's bad. There ain't nothing over here. So this is what I was talking about. I built these. I built little things out here and then put trees, and they grew up here. So I need to do that out here. I was just measuring the block height, how many down I need to come, and it's 16. If I come down 16, I'll be able to make them to where they'll hit just about the top of this and maybe even come up over this a little bit on the edge. If not, I can come through with some leaves and kind of fix it up myself anyway. So, but I think it's good. Overall, I mean, it looks pretty nice. This backside is not really well cared for, but the front looks pretty cool. I'm happy with how this all came along, especially with the little brain stem in the middle. It looks like it follows the root of that tree pretty nicely. But I do think the glass texture for here, I might just go back to regular for like the plain glass. Or, you know, the plain glass might need a retexture anyway. Maybe I need to do that. That might be part of today's thing. I usually do that with building with BOO, but the way this tree comes out awfully far, doesn't it? That's still okay. Anyway, yeah, looking good so far. You know, from the side, I need to fill all this stuff in, but it's definitely getting there. Surely is. All right, but I'm going to get to work now, okay? It's time for Bdubs to get to work. Woo! We're inside. Time to get to work on some of this stuff. We're going to be doing some terrain things, and we're really getting this place worked out. If things go perfectly smoothly, we're going to get some villagers up here as well, all right? I'll see you in a little bit. Well, we've got some interesting developments here, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting. And we're going to talk textures just for a second, then I've got some terrain stuff to talk to you about. So I removed the interior part of this glass. And my thought was, you know, old glass. If you go into a really old building, and if you live into some areas that are really old in Europe, you have this really cool handmade glass that isn't like perfectly flat, perfectly straight. It's kind of got some bobs and weaves in it, some bubbles here and there. And it you know, it's just, if you look out of it, things are kind of distorted a little bit. So I thought, you know what? Let's do that with this glass. But there's a problem. In the game, part of the actual code, glass has no transparency. Now, white glass, any sort of dyed glass, has a transparency layer. This is a white layer that I've lowered the opacity, and you can see through the white, but regular glass doesn't have that. So your options are put something solid on it with zero opacity, or have nothing at all. This is a little frustrating because I had some really cool textures made up for this. But if you put any sort of texture on this, it's going to come through 100%. There's no see-through ability for anything here. This is a little disappointing. And honestly, if I would have known that, we would have kind of had this problem with it looking a little too busy, I would have gone with a different color glass. I can't have anything be a part of this, which is really frustrating. Like, I want to redo the whole thing, and at least white glass. Or green, or some other color. It's just too bad. It's too bad. But we still have something that looks cool. So I'm not going to fret too much. And with how large it is, it does look detailed enough, you know. Am I going to leave the glass texture like this? I don't know. But for here, this works for right now. Another interesting development. Japa? Is it Japa? Japa. From Mojang, who's working on the new Minecraft textures. He tweeted out that he changed end-rods to have a gray base, so they will be more used within building. Guess what Bdubs did a year ago? He changed the end-rod to have a gray base. And I like that. Now, that doesn't make sense with the crafting recipe. Because the crafting recipe, I believe, uses purple blocks. I personally like that deviation where it deviates away from the crafting recipe. It doesn't have to represent exactly what it's crafted out of. as long as it looks good. And I think an end rod with a cobblestone back color, base color, is more usable in a lot of areas. And that's why I did it myself. So he also tweeted and he said, what do you think about, or what other blocks in the game need some love to be used more within building? And I replied, I mean, there's a lot of them to me, but the one that I think really stands out and that's really that could really use some is the nether wart block and the red nether brick. They're fairly new, and I was disappointed to see nobody's really using them. As far as I can tell. And I think there's multiple reasons why. Numero uno is I think it's overly saturated. I think the red is just so brilliant red that when it comes to most build styles in this game, it doesn't work too well. And also, it's kind of a messy color. You know, the first thing you think of is like strawberry plant or something like that. For the nether wart block, but beyond that, I mean, there's not many uses for it. He actually replied and he said, "What would you suggest for those two?" Well, he said, let's see, what did he say? He said, "What would you suggest for the red nether bricks?" So I ask you guys. Let's since we have an opportunity here to have some influence on the game. What would you guys suggest? My suggestion would be that I would lower the saturation on the red nether brick. Is it in here? Let's see if it's in here. Can we see it anywhere? We need a crafting bench to see it. I might not have access to it. Red, yeah. Nether, no, don't have it. I don't think. Wart? Is it made out of wart? No. That's okay. But what would you guys suggest? This is my main question. My suggestion would be to lower the saturation a little bit, since they are deviating away from what the actual crafting recipe is. The crafting recipe remains the same, but the block doesn't 100% represent it. I think it's okay to not have, you don't have to exactly match nether wart color with that brick, if that's what's used to make it. I believe it is. You don't have to match it. So, I would lower that saturation a little bit, and I would make it more of a red color that would work. Not the old nether brick color, red but kind of desaturated. I think could look cool, and a little towards the darker. And then also, I think the texture could also benefit from being a little more brick looking, similar to my brick that I made for smooth stone, or not smooth stone, the stone brick. I have a stone brick variant, which I don't have any up here, but something along those lines, because it's kind of just like a really messy brick right now. That would be my suggestion, but I'm anxious to hear what you guys would say. I'd like to hear your thoughts before I even reply to him, because maybe you guys have some awesome ideas that we could pass on and get implemented into the game at some point. Could be kind of cool. But anyway, here we go. I'm kind of shaping this out a little bit and don't know what I'm doing, but it's okay. It's okay. Does this need to be like this? I think it does. We're getting some depth in our terrain here, and I like it. I like where we're going with this. Let's see. I mean, yeah, and then yeah, like this. And then I'm thinking this, we have kind of a really sharp cutoff here. And you are correct. Those of you that said don't tell Etho about what Bdubs is doing with his terrain and stuff, i.e., hey, little guy, hey, right here, yes, with this open space, definitely don't tell Etho. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. What we're doing here is this path, okay? We're going to come through here. We have a way to go up there, but we also have a walkway around here. And that side's going to come down, and over here, the path will go up. And we'll go up, and we'll be kind of around the tree here. This is going to provide us two great things. What are those two great things going to be? I tell you right now. We're going to have a nice little walkway here that's going to kind of drop off. So you'll get some cool atmospheric feel. This will be blocked off, but you'll be able to see down over here. Maybe even there's a little river here or something like that. And then there'll be stuff on that side. But also, this will be our entrance into the tree. So this terrain, we'll have it. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to have it, but we'll put some sort of retaining wall right here. And within that retaining wall, we'll have a little door right here that'll allow us to go straight into the tree. But of course, as you can see, I need to kind of work out my spacing and where everything's going to be. But yeah, so we're going to have quite a flowing terrain, and hopefully that's going to really benefit our situation here. Also, hopefully, our video quality is being benefited from the glass changes and some of the other changes we've made. We'll see. Hopefully, this one is bearable. I heard a lot of nice comments of people saying that they're going to leave forever if I don't get it fixed. So I'm not stressing too bad, but hopefully this is a little cleaner for you. Anyway, back to work for Bdubs. I'll be back with you shortly. All right, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit here. Just a little bit, but it's fun. This is fun. So where is it? Red. There we go. So I made there's a quick little mock-up idea for the red nether brick. If you didn't know, I guess we're going to have to go back and forth here. What do you guys think of this? This is the red nether brick. I'm not even sure how it's crafted. Wart? Is it this in like a brick pattern? I really don't know. I actually had to look up. No, it's not that. Is it this? What is it? Red nether brick? Let me look it up. I actually had to check the wiki for the end rod and realize that it's chorus plant, but even still, it remains the same. Okay, so red nether brick has wart in it. That makes this kind of work even more. So it goes like this. It's wart, and then brick, and of course this is kind of purple naturally. Go like this, go like that. What? Is it shaped? Is it shaped? What? Huh? Oh, it's a brick. Sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm still learning. There we go. It's this. That. And I think that works, personally. Now I've changed mine to black, but it's naturally purple. I think that works. Now, for me, I use alternating textures. So like my cobblestone alternates different textures. For my own pack, I would do that. I would alternate this so you don't get this kind of orangish repeating pattern. But in general, I think that's a nice looking block. And it varies quite a bit from the normal brick texture that's in the game and that they're adding. I think that could be really good. Mainly, I just desaturated it quite a bit. And I kind of made it look a little nastier with some darker grout lines. Add a little orange, a little pink in there. But it's more desaturated because when it comes to brick, when it comes to your building with brick, having these bright, vibrant colors like it was, the very bright, vibrant, let's go to it. Boop. And let's, turn this off. And we'll get rid of those, I guess. Having the bright, vibrant colors for brick is a tough thing to build with. Because brick just doesn't lend itself very much to, I mean, I guess you could kind of retain those kind of cool little small bricks in there. But it doesn't lend itself to these bright colors. To me, I feel like you would rarely come across a build where you could use this. Maybe, I mean, it could work okay for roofs, maybe, if you wanted to do red roofs. But I would even prefer to use the texture I made for a red roof over this. So I don't know. It is kind of a difficult block to get a hold of. You need a lot of nether wart, but you could craft a ton of them up fairly quickly and fairly easily. You know, a bunch of, you get a nether wart farm, and then you get just go in and mine a bunch of nether rack and smelt it, and you could have a load of these. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys like that? And do you think there could be any changes? On Twitter, send me some of your images if you have some ideas yourself, and maybe I could pass them along if Japa wants to keep the lines of communication open on this. But anyway, I got sidetracked, like I said, but I think this is fun. This is fun to mess with a little bit, and anxious to hear your guys' thoughts on it as well. A real-life disaster just happened to Bdubs. I'm coming in from my garage. I went outside. We have a fridge in our garage that has water in it. I grabbed a water, came inside, and I'm in a kind of a good mood. So I kind of did like a jump. Like I just jumped. It's just like, you know how you go double up the stairs, you skip a step? So I did like a skip step up the one step that goes into our house from the garage. And there's a mat inside. And the mat slid out, and my foot went flying underneath the garage door, and now I have blood on my sock. I just looked. It feels like it really hurt. I might have broke on my phalanges. It's possible. That's a thing. You can break your phalange real easy. But anyway, we got some good stuff. We got a little sidetrack today, but a good sidetrack. I'm happy about it, and I'm really anxious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. That's where it really gets interesting. But I've been holding off on doing a path because I was like, you know, I need to get gravel for coarse dirt. But you forget about this path block, which is a fantastic block. I really like a path block. It's so nice. So definitely going to use it more. I'm going to take more advantage of it. Oh, yeah. It looks so good. I think this is what we're going to use up here. But anyway, this is where we left off last time terrain-wise. We need to pretty this up some more. But we did a little more pretty stuff today. Over here, you wrap around, and you're going to come up. So when this comes down, this will kind of come out, and this comes up and around. For what reason? For a good reason, right? And this brings us right back to where we were. But if you go out here, then I think we'll have a path here. But I'm thinking about also raising this terrain up one level. But this will be our entrance right here. Okay? So we got our house over there. I'm thinking we'll extend this and keep this on this level possibly. But yeah, we continue around here, around that walkway. And here's our entrance into, or exit into the tree. And we'll work this area out. It needs a little bit of love to make it look a little bit better. But I'm going to keep this messy in here. The vines are nice. I might even try to, like, pop a vine. Nah. Don't do that. I was going to say there, but no. Let's not. But yeah, I want to keep it a little on the messy side. I think it looks good. Cobblestone, I'm straying from. Not wanting a lot of cobblestone up in here. A lot of wood textures. But I think it's looking really good. You know, when we put the bushes around this stuff, it just kind of covers everything up. I actually got a Corrales advancement. Where is it? Let's see. I got it not long ago. There it is. Bushes. Always build with bushes. I got that last episode when I was making the roof there. And admittedly, a long time ago, I learned from Corrales what a beneficial block the bushes are and how much atmosphere they add to your building. Boy, do they. But this is good. I think we made some great progress here with the looks of things. You know, it's all the terrain's really starting to flow together. We're getting some points of interest. But whenever you do something drastic like this, you have to have a reason. And I learned that recently. You can't just do it for no reason. You have to have a reason. And the reason is that's our entrance into the area. We're going to have it right there, and it'll lead into the stem of the tree that goes down, which I think is really cool. I think that's going to work out great. So yeah, really need to get some water up here somewhere as well, but we'll figure that out in due time. It'll come. But hopefully today's video was a little clearer for you. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's not going to be perfect clarity just because of where we're at and because of kind of my visual. I have to have some certain things visually. But yeah, I think we're getting there. I think it looks okay. We're almost to where we want to be. I got an idea for Corrales. Pop a little bush right there. That covers that up beautifully. All right. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. Again, follow me on Twitter. Hit me up with your thoughts on what you think should be done with that red nether brick. Should we leave it? We could leave it if you like. But my thoughts are it'd be a little nicer if we had some changes. That's going to do it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all in the next episode. As happy as I can be. Whoa.